me okay at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you stand before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were given a bond, you were arrested on a new charge or a warrant. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. You are also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Megan Liberty.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Hold
Judge.
on one second. Ms. Liz Liberty, can I have your date of birth?
12/8/83.
Okay. You are here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Hitzman, and I did find probable cause for your arrest. I see that you have counsel here with you this morning. It looks like there's a possible resolution to the case. I see on the delinquency report that probation is just looking for reinstatement with some drug and alcohol conditions.
Reinstatement with her to have no alcohol and no unprescribed drugs. She does take prescribed medications, Judge. And then what we would do with the trespass charge is continue that so that if she doesn't continue to follow along with probation, the state and the judge will have something else to.
Okay. Well, the trespass charge is down. That's not for this morning, right?
Right.
Down the
So
road.
today is the VOP. We would admit to the VOP if the court will allow us to do that. That resolution, which is okay with these two.
Okay. Admit to it with the reinstatement terms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Did you already talk to her about that?
No, I did not.
Okay. Do you want to explain to her?
Megan, we're going to admit to the violation this morning, correct? Yes. We're going to then you're going to be released with new conditions. Can you hear me? You can't have any alcohol. You're going back on probation with no alcohol, and you can't take any drugs. You're not prescribed. It's probably a good idea. Anyway.
Do I have bail?
Nope, you're going to be released.
I'm going to be released.
Yes, you're going to admit to the violation with new conditions on your previous DUI probation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Liberty, do you understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, that you're giving up right to have a hearing?
Yes.
Yes.
You're giving up your right to confront witnesses at that hearing and provide your own witnesses at that hearing. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this today?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. All right. With regard to the violation of probation in 2017 CT 4127, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. I accept your admission. We're going to now just reinstate probation with the additional conditions that you have no alcohol or unprescribed drugs while you're on probation, and there's going to be random
Yes, ma'am.
screenings to confirm that, right? Okay. And when do you want her to go to you?
Judge, I'd already given her appointment previous to this, October the 9th at 11:45. If she would just keep that appointment.
Okay. Do you know when your next appointment with probation is?
October 9th, 11:45.
7?
Okay.
Better
No.
than 11th.
October.
7th of September. You're late. It's October 9th at 9:45.
Okay.
At 11:45.
Okay.
All right. When do you have to report to probation?
I think it was October 7th.
Okay. It's October 9th at 11:45.
Okay.
Okay. When do you have to report to probation?
She just said it, Megan. Twice.
I'm sorry.
Can you hear? Megan, you have to report to probation October 9th, 11:45. Right?
I'll be there.
Okay.
We'll send her a letter, Judge. We'll have enough time.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else I need to do?
I don't know.
Along with the new conditions.
Yes.
Yes.
So when can I make a call to go home?
I'll handle this, sir. Judge, you're going to be released today. Can you hear us out there?
Yeah, a little.
Okay. I'll contact your mother. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're going to be released, and you need to report to probation on October 9th at 11:45. Your attorney is going to make sure that you appear on that date and time. If you don't appear on that date and time to probation, you'll be in violation of probation and not getting another chance. You got it?
Got it.
Okay. I don't...
ETO,
Yeah.
Ashley? Thank you, Randy.
All right, thank you. Lorraine who? Out. Good morning, can I have your date of birth?
2679.
Okay, you were here today for a burglary battery. The bond amount is $25,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State the prior record.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm showing a possession of oxycodone 2009, disposition guilty, a disposition, adjudication withheld 2008, failure to appear out of Pinellas County, adjudication withheld for possession of cane in 2008 in Pinellas County. She's also has an out-of-state history from Ohio for theft less than $500, convicted, and also a 2015 theft, disposition, adjudication of guilt, both out of Ohio.
Ma'am, I have an address for you on Spruce Street in Weeki-Wachee. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Since I got out of prison a year ago.
Okay. Do you have a job?
At the time.
I'm going to keep the bond at $25,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Mindy Schroeder. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call her, do not write her, do not email her, do not have anyone else call her, write her, email her. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to see you back to court on October 26th at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you.
Abigail McNulty. Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
Good morning. 12/27/1999.
You are here today for a domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest, and it's based on a warrant signed by Judge Angelitis on September 26th. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you? 19, 20?
18.
18? Okay.
Yes,
She's
Your
old
Honor.
enough to answer a lot of these questions on her own. I'll let you speak in a minute. All right, I have an address for you on Sutton Place in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
12 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No.
Are you in school?
Yes.
Full-time?
Part-time.
Part-time? Okay, state, prior record?
No convictions, Your Honor.
Does she have other arrests that aren't convictions?
She has a DUI out of Hernando County in 2016 with no disposition. And
Hey, I'm not talking to you. You answer the questions that I asked. You can get away with stuff at home. You're not getting away with it here.
and it doesn't look like there was any other offenses, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You said 2016, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, we have some folks here that want to speak about your case. Is that correct? Yes. You can both come up, and I'll place you under oath, and you can say what you want.
We do this one at a time?
No, you can both come up together.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
And again, it's great to see a female on the bench.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to place you all under oath, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, raise your right hand for me. Solemnly swear from testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. Ma'am, what is your name?
Teresa McNulty, I am the victim.
Okay. And what would you like to say?
I would like to say, first of all, that DUI was brought to reckless driving.
Doesn't matter. What would you like to say?
I would like to say that my wishes are that I am not pressing charges against my daughter, nor is my son.
It's not up to you to press charges. The state attorney presses charges.
I understand, but I'm not going to press charges against my daughter.
Okay,
I
it's not
understand the
up to
state's
you.
going to
Okay.
do what they're going to do.
Right.
But my wishes are that she stays at her father's house in Homosassa, and she continues school, and she's going to be going to counseling. I provide health insurance for her, and her dad's, I'm going to give him the health insurance card he's going to. I get her into some counseling. I am not afraid of her. It's just one of those things that came to a boiling point. I forgive her. None of us are perfect. All of our families in this world have problems, and I want to repair the problems that we have between us.
Okay. And I imagine if she is in counseling and getting treatment for what is apparently an anger management problem that she has, that the state attorney will take that into consideration when resolving this case. But I did have the opportunity to read the probable cause affidavit and read about what had happened and how she had struck you multiple times, some of which with a closed fist. So in order for the counseling to be successful, the facts really need to be known. She's got to come forward with the counselor and really seek the treatment that she needs, provide that information to the state attorney's office, and they will take that into consideration when resolving her case. I have no control over where she lives at this point. She's 18 years old. All I can tell her is that if you want to have no contact with her, I can order the no contact.
I don't wish for that.
Okay.
Peaceful contact.
Okay, then we'll do peaceful contact, and we're not going to do the hold until 4 for the injunction. However, I can't tell her where to live. That's going to be up to her.
Okay.
Okay?
If she does leave on some sort of probation, she'll be allowed to go to Citrus County? I live in Citrus
Yeah.
County.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one
If she
thing.
is eventually placed on probation, then she can even have a mail-in option for some of these things, where she doesn't have to necessarily come back every month as long as she's doing everything else that she needs to do on probation.
I, as a father, I sympathize with my daughter. My wife loves my children, but she's not good at discipline. My children grew up with no discipline. Every time I tried, I got into a focus.
Well, this is not the time to come in and bash each other and
But
blame
I'm not
each other.
bashing anybody. What I'm saying is that there's more than one person involved that needs counseling.
And I don't have control over that. All I have control over right now is Abigail. So if there's other people in the family that need to get counseling and maybe some family counseling that needs to happen, then
Maybe we can sit down as a family, discuss it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right.
And does she get a bond?
Well, that's what I'm getting at now.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a bond of $250. I'm going to order peaceful contact with the victims only, so that's with mom and brother. We won't do the hold till 4. And I've appointed the public defender, and we're going to see her back to court on October 31st at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I believe that's in front of Judge Hitzman.
Thank
Okay?
you very
Yes,
much.
All right. Make
Thank
sure
you
she's
very
in court.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Be in touch.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. Okay. Shonda Sargent. Yeah. Okay. Oh. 200 and then 50. All right, Ms. Sargent, can I have your date of birth?
9/17/87.
Okay. You were in front of me a few days ago, and I think, if I remember correctly, I told you that there might be a violation of probation warrant coming down. We have that warrant here today, signed by Judge Hitzman on September 25th, and they are recommending 11 months, 29 days in the Hernando County Jail. I don't suppose that's something you want to take care of today?
No.
Okay. Would you like me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. We'll see you back to court on October 31st at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
All right. Peter Beauregard. your date of birth?
5/11/88.
You are here this morning for a failure to appear on a driving suspended driver's license in front of me on August 10th. The bond amount is $2,000. You also picked up some new charges of possession of controlled substance, $5,000, possession and or sale of controlled substance. The bond amount is $5,000. Now, possession of a new drug with intent to sell, the bond is $500. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office for you on all of these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Non-probable cause, appoint the public defender's office, state to see prior record.
Yes, Your Honor. Showing disposition guilty in 2017 for fraudulent use of identification information, grand theft in 2017, disposition guilty both out of Hernando County, disposition guilty for battery in 2016 out of Hernando County, disposition guilty for paraphernalia in 2014, and controlled substance adjudication of guilt, possession of marijuana over 20 grams, 2014, adjudication of guilt all out of Hernando County, grand theft 2011, adjudication withheld out of Hernando County, pretrial diversion for obtained property with a worthless check 2010.
Sir, I have an address here on New Azora Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
10 years.
Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If you want to, we can resolve the misdemeanor driving on suspended driver's license today. If you want to resolve that today, I'll give you 10 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 2 days that you have in.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by taking a plea on this case today, you're giving up rights to go to trial,
Yes, ma'am.
giving up rights to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up rights to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with regard to the driving on suspended driver's license in 2018 CT 2352, how do you plead? You plead no contest.
What was that? Say that again?
You want to plead no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily given. Adjudicate you guilty. Send you to 10 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You'll have fines and court costs of $438. The cost of incarceration assessed against you. With regard to the other cases, the possession of controlled substance, the possession and or sale of controlled substance, and possession of new drug with intent to sell, we'll see you back to court on October 26th at 8:30 in the morning. I've appointed the public defender's office. We're going to keep the bonds the same, $5,000, $5,500. If you're unable to bond out, someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you soon, okay? All right. Justin Palmer. Oh, is this? Never mind. Sorry. That was just a email put in there. Okay. Alex Dodge. Can I have your date of birth?
January 27th, 1991.
You were here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Merritt for carrying a concealed firearm and pointing a laser light at a driver or pilot. The bond amount of $5,000 and $10,000. There is probable cause for your arrest. Did you have the public defender's office already appointed to your case?
Yeah, I had Edward E. Costello.
Okay. Do you want me to make sure the public defender's office continues to work on your case?
Excuse me?
You still want the PD?
Yeah.
Okay. PD's appointed. We're going to keep the bonds the same at $5,000 and $10,000. We'll see you back to court in front of Judge Merritt on October 16th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Joshua Hernandez.
There is an offer of 10 days, Judge.
For a second, this is felony? Second battery?
I believe this is a driving on suspended FDA in a CT case.
Oh, okay.
Is
I'm
what it's
confusing it with another
indicated.
case.
He's
then.
got
Okay.
some charges.
Mr. Hernandez, can I have your date of birth?
5/22/84.
I'm sorry, what was it again?
5/22/84.
Gotcha, okay. You're here today for failure to appear on a driving on suspended driver's license. It looks like that was in front of Judge Ruppe on January 10th of this year. There is probable cause for your arrest. And there's an offer of 10 days in order to resolve your case today. Is that what you want to do?
10 days, you said?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am, let's do it.
Okay. You understand that by taking a plea on this case today, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up these
Yes.
rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, with regard to the driving on suspended driver's license in 2018 CT 46, how do you plead? Plead no contest.
No contest.
I accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 10 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for 2 days?
Should be 2 days,
2
Judge.
days. Give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You'll have fines and court costs of $438 and the cost of incarceration assessed against you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, Christopher Lively.
$87.86.
Thank you. You were here today for defrauding a pawnbroker and dealing in stolen property. There's one count of each of those. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Please.
My public defender's office. I see that you've already been RCO'd on other cases and you're being held without bond on 18 CF 1930 and 1969. And those cases are set in front of Judge Toner on October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. So what we're going to do here is keep the bond the same at $5,000 each. See you back to court on October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
All right, so I basically have no bond still.
Correct.
Am I doing all the cases on one day at this point?
Yep, October 22nd.
All right.
Gary Newman? Good morning, can I have your date of birth?
4/85.
You are here today for 2 counts of burglary of a dwelling, 5 counts of burglary of conveyance, and 1 count of grand theft auto. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State fire record.
Disposition guilty for grand theft of a motor vehicle in 2009. Obstruct without violence in 2009. Disposition guilty, as well as a fraud impersonation, false ID to a Leo. 2009 disposition guilty. Disposition guilty in 2009 for resisting without violence. Another charge in Pasco County. Probation violation reference on a Pasco County in 2008. Disorderly conduct, disposition guilty in 2009. Burglary, 2004, disposition guilty on a Pasco, disposition guilty for burglary in 2004. And multiple charges of burglary, that 2004 arrest date. And also a grand theft in 2004, disposition guilty of a motor vehicle. Adjudication, and then delinquency charges, Your Honor.
Okay. When did you get out of prison?
August 2017.
Okay. I have an address for you on Mercy Drive in Orlando. Is that where you live?
No.
Where do you live?
Spring Hill.
Okay. Do you have a street address or no? You're just living outside?
3309 Susan Drive, Spring Hill, Florida 34606.
Who do you live there with?
Parents.
Why did you tell the people at the jail you were homeless?
I said the mailing address.
Okay. It's a mailing address. When I asked you who you lived there with, why would you say your parents?
No, my parents live there. I
Yeah. Okay.
can't go there. DCF.
All right. job these days?
No.
All right. For each burglary, your bond is going to be $20,000. $20,000 each. For each burglary of a conveyance, there's 5 of them. Your bond is going to be $10,000 each. For the grand theft auto, your bond is $4,000.
Yes, ma'am.
It should be about $100,000. We'll see you back to court on October 26th at 8:30 in the morning.
Ma'am.
Your Honor, he's already had the open case for Jeffrey on 16.
Oh, I'm sorry, 10/16. Yeah. He hasn't been out, right? This is all predating.
And he's still in custody.
Okay, I know, I'm just, for RCO purposes, he didn't bond out and pick up this charge. He's been in office.
Right.
Okay, that's why I just want to confirm that. Jose Pereira? Can I have your date of birth?
7/29/70, ma'am.
You were here this morning for a domestic battery, second offense. Currently, there's no bond on that pursuant to statute. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Excuse me?
Do you want the public defender's office?
Sure.
State and prior record?
Yes.
Other than the other domestic battery.
2007. 2007 disposition guilty for robbery, strong arm, tampering or fabrication of evidence. 2006 disposition guilty, obstruct without violence. 2016 disposition guilty, possession of paraphernalia disposition guilty in 2006, cocaine 2006 disposition guilty, obstruct without violence 2002, adjudication withheld, possession of paraphernalia, adjudication withheld in 2002. Possession of firearm by convicted felon, 96, disposition guilty. Another battery in 98, disposition guilty. Burglary of a dwelling, disposition guilty, 1990. Theft, 1990, disposition guilty. Grand theft, disposition guilty in 1990.
Okay. All right, Mr. Pereira, I have an address here on Maripo Road in Wikirati. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
5 months.
Okay. How long have you lived in Hernando County?
About 30 years, ma'am.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction, landscaping.
Okay.
Do both.
All righty. You're entitled to have a bond on this case. I'm going to give you a bond, but I'm going to order that you have no contact with Holly, okay? You can't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call her. Do not write her. Do not email her. Do not have anyone else call her, write her, email her. If you see her out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. If she calls you, you need to hang up the phone. If you have any contact with Holly whatsoever while this case is pending, you'll be arrested and you will be not getting a bond on that new arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Holly wants to file an injunction against you. If she does file that injunction against you, to be very specific as to how many feet you need to stay away from her, her home, her vehicle, or anywhere else where she may frequent.
She keeps on continuing to do this, Your Honor. Filing ex partes against me, trying to get me, what they call it. They arrested her the other day ago for filing a false police report on a domestic. They went out and come out to my house and made me sign an affidavit, me and my sister and a couple other people, for filing an affidavit. She was arrested, filing a false police report on a domestic. And now she's doing this. And she's going to keep on going and going and going with the ex partes until somebody sees it.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. We'll see you back for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? Tyler Plum. Can I have your date of birth?
6/20/95.
You were here today for an aggravated battery and aggravated stalking. You're both domestic in nature, so there's no bond right now. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. My Public Defender's Office, found probable cause for his arrest, date, received prior record.
Your Honor, I don't have any history.
But you didn't get one, or he doesn't have one?
No, I don't have any history for him.
Okay.
In here, I don't know if he had a name change or anything, because I do see a name under Michael Frederick Taylor Jr., but I don't know.
Okay. Are you known by any other name, Tyler?
No.
Okay. All right. I see he's got looks like a no proper endorsement on a driver's license in January of 2015, a whole bunch of traffic tickets. In 2016, it looks like there were some domestic cases and just a whole bunch of traffic tickets. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you a bond on this case, Tyler, but I need you to have no contact with Tiffany Newborn. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I had her blocked on my phone, and she's actually called from no caller ID, but there's no way to prove it. How would I do that if she keeps continuing to do this after today? Well, after I get out.
Okay. The only thing that you need to concern yourself about is not having any contact with her.
Okay.
Okay? You cannot call her. You cannot write her. You cannot email her. You cannot have anyone else call her, write her, or email her. If you have any other concerns about her and her activities, then I've appointed you the public defender, and you can address those concerns with them when you speak with them, okay?
Okay.
But you're to have no contact with her.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. For the aggravated battery charge, I'm going to set the bond at $10,000. And for the aggravated stalking, I'm going to set the bond at $5,000. And we're going to see you back to court on October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Can I bond out or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All righty. All right, we get everybody? Any add-ons that I don't know about?